part of what Universal Basic Income Watchers call one of the world's largest experiments of the concept. It gives 24-year-olds in Gyeonggi Province $250 every quarter to help them get started in life. This money has allowed Myunga to quit several part-time jobs and focus on finishing her bachelor's degree. Gyeonggi Pay comes in the form of a credit card, and Myunga has to spend each round of money locally before the next payout.
So this is a discussion about universal basic income, a video that Wall Street Journal which is just published. And what's interesting is you just heard there that that girl on that system has to spend the $400 she gets a month before the next paycheck. Otherwise it's like just wiped. And this stops you being able to save even. So you're just going to be on a flat sort of idling, constant, consistent rate of pay, and then that's it. There is no building. You see what I mean? It's okay in some respects, for sure. It's, it is what it is. It's going to be part of the new 5D Earth so that everybody at least has an income, right? You don't talk about it like reducing poverty. I'm talking about it in a fifth dimensional perspective, where then every node of the topological field or every human then has at least some income, this universal basic income, right? So in that sense, yeah, of course it's good. But then, there's these problems like it came in a card, right? It's not cash based. So it's again part of them moving you onto the digital hive, Borg hive, which is literally manifesting. Eventually they're going to, Neuralink everyone, and there'll be a great reason for that too, as there always is, and the majority will eventually always get onto it, called the mainstream. And it's most people, who are the Matrix NPCs. And the point is, this, for instance, in a negative sense, will just lead to more inurement, right? You're going to be further connected to the system, more inured, right? And there's types of less freedoms involved in that as well. For instance, not even cash. You can't do a transaction without them knowing, oh, he bought, 10 cartons of milk, or whatever it is. I don't drink milk, but you know what I mean. So you can't be doing, some cash transactions from it. It's just all cards. It's all part of this electronic system, which is monitored more, capable of being skimmed and monitored. And it's like Facebook gathers your valuable information for its marketing purposes. You could use that information, but you could use it in a way that you make a more fair trade and say to the companies, no, you can have my information, but you got to pay me $1. Instead, Facebook just gives it away, for instance, right? That's why experts always get on the TV and they're giving away your valuable information because it's worth something. Your individuality is worth something to this matrix system. They need us. It's less the case we need them because there's so many of them. It's like I live without a job because money is everywhere. You've all got it. Eventually I get my hands on some, you know what I mean? Anyway, so this universal basic income is going to be like that. It's just a tighter control mechanism, and I don't see the benefits being better. Sure, there's going to be benefits. You can't deny that, right? Like that lady studying. It's like how in Australia I got paid dole or a fortnightly amount of money in Australia to study, and that was barely enough. You know what I mean? It's like these NPCs want you to be happy with barely enough so that you can't concress. There's that word again, concrescence. Because as you concress, you move way above them. For instance, me knowing anything information technology based because I did a Bachelor of Business double IT majors, that means now suddenly I have certain knowledge that you guys don't have. And it moves me up like a level. I'm amongst those people that have that knowledge, and everybody else who doesn't can be fallible to it. For instance, I could hack you, you know what I mean? And you don't know how to stop it or something. It's like the people who gang stalk and technical harass me. I can't stop all of their attacks. They're in a level higher than me. right? So it's going to stop that leveling up, that concrescent nature, and is part of everything becoming the same. There's going to be no difference between one side or the other, right? From the tribes, which are like tributaries, which run into the cultures, which were like rivers, now into the ocean of humanity. And it's becoming just uniform. And you'll see, this is a massive example of that. Uniformity, right? Universal basic income. Universal meaning not from this universe, or nothing to do with that it's the same. That's what the universal word means in UBI. It means, universal means it's going to be the same for everyone. But this is an NPC thing. This creates more NPC nature. You're not going to have the champions of old. You know what I mean? It's just another sort of annulment factor. Makes it harder for concrescents to form. It's going to be less natural for concrescents to form. Anyway, there's all these things that they don't consider, and by the end of the apocalypse, that's why all this is going to fall apart. It looks like, when they present all their solutions to the problems they themselves have created, it always looks like, oh yeah, this could do it. But then you got to think about these invisible things like I just mentioned in the background, like concrescents, and it's like a giant socialism. I've said that as well. In another video I've got to still publish, that these organic portals are going to turn the whole world into like a giant communist socialist system. It's not just global government and global armies. It's this uniformity and this inhuman NPC nature. It's a type of holding you down from individuation, from your dreams, your vectoring. Do you see what I mean? It's like the field yet again holding you back from vectorization. And just wanted to put that out there, that they're going to be doing this more and more, right? And this digital hive they're setting up is just unanimously perfect for it, right? It's going to be able to reach into everyone's lives if you're all connected to it by these little cards, right? And the social credit score system. Can you see it all coming together? It's going to be just a giant communist socialist sort of new system. And if you look in the Gold Ring Game of Enlightenment and Abundance playlist, it's funny that Riser's got a few videos on the new system where he kind of says the new cooperatives, corporations will be banned, but the cooperatives, right, that's like a communist sort of notation, the cooperatives will make sure everybody gets like a fair and equal pay to like work ratio, instead of some people getting, for instance, like these massive bonuses, like all these CEOs. So again, there's good parts to it, right? It's not just a negative, guys, but it's definitely not just a positive, because it's again like this a squelcher of innovation and stuff like that. That's going to be the problem. And as they do that more and everybody becomes the same, for us that's good though, because we're so different, right? So if we just hold to our spirits, right, our dreams and so on, you're just going to become even more shiny, right? You're going to be that, the little bit of gold and crystal vein in the mine wall surrounded by dirt. You know what I mean?